We got Inferno up first in the rematch. We saw what Vitality did on Inferno yesterday. They look leagues ahead of everyone else. If there's one contender, it's got to be Faze. They're looking for their best game of the event. That's the only way they're going to win this matchup. Yes, they got to this point, but they didn't play Vitality. Not in this form.
Nah, we saved it to the very end, right? Best for last. Kerrigan taking it to the T side on his opponent's map pick. Battle of the minds between Apex and Kerrigan. And Apex, just on an individual level, looking sharper than we could have ever expected to round out 2023. They get a little bit of brackets control off the flash. Nothing too rowdy so far from this T side.
They're waiting for the flash lane retake. It's not coming yet, just now. Exec will be, however. Defense is calcified completely. Full passive setup, sitting and waiting.
Apex smoked out of library. Suddenly ZywOo's going to feel like he is too exposed, so understandably dropping towards pit. His dualies, they go down with nothing. Flamesy from inside of the site dropped out. We do get Apex with a wonderful peek out from library with a player breathing down his back in Brokey. He gets out and ahead of the hits.
Looking for a timing on this smoke. It could be his head. It is. He gets domed by Brokey.
Oh, good trade back from Spinks, though. Frozen into the clutch in the first round of the grand finals. And he tucks it in. And they've lost track of him, but there's two of them. And they're both fully health, and they've both hit hard so far this event. Nice push! Glock up close! Falls to the hands of Spinks. It's Vitality with CT pistol.
Yeah, there's the number 2 on Vitality. Okay, we got ZywOo, who's won every single MVP for this organization since he's joined the roster. But when Spinks started playing well, that's when they started winning more than one tournament a year. That's this year. That's Paris. That's Gamers 8. That's the Blast Fall Finals from Vitality. Yesterday, we saw them go down 6-1 versus Na'Vi on Inferno. It looked so ugly at first, and they came back into that game.
Yeah, what brought them back, of course, was some of those more aggressive peeks out towards the A site, putting ZywOo's off on mid, just getting eyes in apartments, and pretty consistently catching Bit over there for Na'Vi specifically. You know, that'll now be Rops in this instance, in this head-to-head, who's on the other side from the front line. Flames onto Frozen to kick it off, and good grenade damage as well. There's a little bit of a chase here from Kerrigan. He has found timing that could very well catch a half-health Flames off guard. Yes! Kerrigan wastes no time getting into the site. Brokey, instant headshot. Just like that, B-site crumbles.
Yeah, that's it. That's an off-game plan play out of Kerrigan. Just heads up. Decided to make the decision. Wasn't spotted and noticed that they were in the middle of rotating out. That's something that he needed to do.
Kerrigan smelling blood in the water on the B-site. Even with his support in Brokey being half health because of the grenade, Kerrigan still tries to make that happen. And with it, Faze's 4th round is the first on the board.
This is why we always talked about them as LAN Clan. And those are the kind of plays that they're willing to make. And it's not actually Kerrigan who is often the one to make the play. It's everybody else who has the ability to come forward with an aggressive lurk, for Rops to peek out of halls, for Twist to try to peek something as well. And Kerrigan can do it too. You know, this is Faze showing the range. More than just a game plan team, more than just...
Prison, thanks to Apex, 3rd highest rated player behind Mezzy and ZywOo coming into the last match of the year. Kerrigan hoping to go tit for tat tonight. Again, Faze going to take a quick look towards that banana. A little bit of pressure, as it has been.
Yeah, these are 2 inspiring rounds. I thought this was going to be a 5-0 start, and FaZe were going to claw back into it, but they got their X Factor round early. And I think they survived a couple of disappointing losses as well within this already. So we start off with a very exciting game. Now Vitality down to their bottom dollar on this round. Low grenades on Inferno is first sign of a loss. You need to have that more than you need to have good guns. They almost don't have both. Now they have the op, at least on ZywOo. And he has been swinging it lately.
Yeah, but nobody...
Oh my god, they're trying it again, but guns out this time? Yeah. They're just more careful.
ZywOo will miss a shot, and
Oh.
Spinks is instantly dead. But Mezzi's position with this SMG, he could just peek off the side of it. No second kill out of him. ZywOo in the pocket, the most dangerous man in the server. And Apex has come through already. Missed quick scope, desperate bomb plant. ZywOo's burning.
That's big.
Almost dead, 4 health left, all he has to work with. We're gonna get a slow wrap as Rops looks for the impact. And ZywOo, he can sense him, but he can't see him. Rops comes wide, gets the clear. And now the last CT slow to the approach. Flamesy off of middle. Both of these Ts for Faze in the pocket.
He can give him full info, at least.
It's gonna have to be sick headshots coming out of Flames here. A close approach. The lead is on the line. Faze tie at 3.
Oh, man. Their aim is to make Faze look as bad as possible here at the World Final, and Faze want revenge. 8 rounds deep, full buy. Ironically, this time, no op.
No way he presses this again. We saw what happened when he tried to test Apex, but now it's versus ZywOo. Oh, Kerrigan!
He's finding all the timings right now.
And he's able to jump into the arch. Perfect space creation here from Kerrigan. He has the CT player scrambled. Suddenly, Apex versus Kerrigan and Spawn. I mean,
they're looking for him now. His team wasn't ready to exec, but he's broken apart the structure a little bit.
He was so fast, but as is Spinks getting back into his slot towards this A site, if they think they can just overwhelm, the numbers are here for the defense. Mezzi pulling Rain off of the approach. Now, half of the pack still stays back, but Rops will hold the front line. And it's man advantage CTs for now, but it's delayed.
Yeah, they need to be prudent about their rotations and still get information, and they do that, but Brokey trades back.
There we go. An op kill for Brokey. We've been waiting to see it, and now he finds his mark.
And you can see Flames, he's looking for the arch timing. They don't know if the lurk is coming in, but 45 seconds, and time is limited here for FaZe. The lane retake is massive for Vitality's information.
Frozen looking for the headshot. Ooh, and as he looks away and gets dinked, it is a perfect shot from Brokey.
Oh, now they need a massive failure to lose, right? We've got 2 players who are just confirmed to be dinked. But 20
health.
seconds, they got to go.
And they're going to have to run. They're going to have to throw caution to the wind, and this will bring them straight to the crosshair of Flames. This should be an easy pushover. Sure enough, bomb hits the deck. Second one's dead. The dink set him up.
Yeah.
Clean shot from Brokey, but that dink on the second player means no.
And the worrying part about when it was 2020 and he did that, the reason that IGL stopped doing this is because they got so far apart that they couldn't capitalize on the information they gathered. And in this situation, there were 4 players that couldn't take advantage of the broken structure. So, I mean, I love that he's had so many good rounds like this, but that one maybe wasn't perfect.
Great opening kill for Flames as he runs the risk of peeking down Banana, but it leaves FaZe down a man. And looking to respond is Rain.
But they've got a general culture right now of just trying to scrim it, take some fights, and it's worked to get them back into the map.
Eyes fall on Rain here in round 9. One of the few pieces of FaZe that isn't online at the moment. 1 and 6, a cold start. But still feigning presence towards brackets. It's got Spinks occupied. Another smoke.
If I'm FaZe, I'm thinking about B again, just because of how weak the rifling has been over there. But
and he just missed it, but I think he saw the barrel.
Oh, this spot just grows with strength the more time that ticks down.
A players on high alert, and a question that still remains above Mezzi's head in terms of his ability to anchor and hold pit.
They have arch info. They have pit control right now.
This feels like it's FaZe walking into the meat grinder. But there's a chance for Rain to bring it back. A duel that he loses. Spinks ready for another, but Brokey gets the better of him. It's a single man advantage, but it's 20 seconds. Dire straits. And Apex remains in sight as Mezzi looks to hold the line. Brokey's fixated on him. He hit him through the wall. Mezzi's damaged.
Again?
Brokey, 2 shots through the wall and another on the site. Just like that, the Opper makes the difference. But the round's not over. We've got Vitality nearby. Vitality pressed through, spotted out. Brokey's in the open. Down he goes to his counterpart. No way Kerrigan can do this again. He shoots, and ZywOo closes.
Another clutch.
ZywOo just doesn't go down.
He has countered all the explosive moments so far at this event when it took taking the wind out of Imma's sails yesterday on Inferno into
Same
today.
site until he goes down.
Yep.
Relief on Apex.
Yeah. They brought it up on the desk. He's the best player in the server. That's a boon to Vitality. That's just, you know, that's a persistent feature. It's
And
not something.
9 rounds of Counter-Strike, and we got the fireworks we were promised.
Yeah. Yeah. It just couldn't ask for a better start to the World Final right now.
Half buy coming out of Faze. See if they group up and push. Spinks ready with support behind him. The smoke does section them off, but it's only the single.
It's only the single. That's a consistent thing here for Vitality. Faze getting the X Factor frags. It's a great trade back.
Of responsibility for ZywOo right now. Solo banana hold. And a whole pack of Faze clan coming his way, but show him a shoulder and he'll take your soul. It's Frozen down and everybody else on the chase. A fast rotation back from Flames. ZywOo hits that. Spam comes through. What? You cannot move this guy. You cannot best him.
Oh.
Your pistols mean nothing. In the face of it.
In looking back now, while we were in it, it was like, whoa, Faze, they're pretty much unstoppable. They're going to take over this half now. But looking back, I mean, it was a lot to do with Kerrigan trying to find lurks over and over again. And I want to say, you know, not a real thorough game plan outside of that. They were just ready to follow up. And maybe they're happy about the fact that they got these 4 rounds. I'm not sure.
Ooh, Rops, no trade off that. Rops and Faze staring down the barrel of another 4 versus 5. And you simply cannot be playing catch-up versus the likes of Vitality right now. This is a team that's just playing such clean Counter-Strike.
45 is going to catch up with you sooner than later. Versus Vitality, best form right now. Best form in the world. Faze there. Sitting patiently. No re-aggressions as the clock ticks down, of course. There's no onus on Vitality to go and do something too quickly. But now they'll organize. Rops gets info on middle. Exec's coming.
Rain loses his line of sight. Brokey's ready to push through. Faze gotta do something crazy. And losing Rain in the bomb site, all of a sudden losing the little runway they had to work with. Frozen does manage to catch one on the CT cross. And then Rops wins his duel versus the lurk on A.
Wait a second.
Brokey's going over Coffins. Oh! Brokey just like that.
He sets it up.
Flames peeking deep, and they didn't see him. Robs now holds the door, and it's Flames just like that to bring it back to the 1v1. It's Flames versus Frozen. And he's on top of the bomb, halfway there already. He comes off of it because he hears the footsteps. This is a song of ice and fire, and Flames goes back around to CT. Time on his side. Time decides. It's Flames to get the final laugh.
Oh, he has the final note. Flames wins this one, and it's odd. It was Rain into Kerrigan trading it out, but there was less of a tag team in this match overall. We might end on a sullen note here if Faze don't get something.
Rain just can't buy a real chance. He's in the background behind Frozen, and he's dropped to 40 health. The two of them trying to apply enough pressure to keep Vitality at bay.
What's amazing about these two IGLs, of course, that the conversation around them is they're unmatched right now. These two this year, there are people who are somewhat close, but, you know, Cadian and Snappy don't stand to their accomplishments and their consistency. Oh, okay. This is the last thing you need.
Oh, come on!
I heard that Flames rise.
CT peek through, and while blind, he goes ahead and slams down another. Nasty on the entry, a jumping AK headshot. They're already up 11-4, and he hits him while in the sky.
You're kidding. You know, I'd feel bad if Faze didn't get so many crazy shots to kick this game off in Apex. Well, he wants in on the action.
He's been so sharp as well.
Wow.
The Flames he taken to the top of the scoreboard for Vitality on a succulent double entry.
And that conversation, you know, Apex and Kerrigan, something Kerrigan is famous for. Every time he gets a new player, they do well right away, whether it's a stand-in or a new addition. And it has been great. Of course, he's in a grand final right now with Frozen, of course. His former teammate, to be fair, but still a new system and new roles for him. Apex has done that this year more than once.
That's the thing, right? We sit here and praise Kerrigan for his greatness and his ability to integrate, and apparently his ability to take a couple players with him. But Apex is an in-game leader now, not the end. No eye contact, and maybe he'll forget. We saw Vitality take 10 rounds in a row versus Navi. That was 9 against Faze in the middle of the half. Oh! Just like that! What? Simply the best. On an AK, Zywoo comes in with 3. And it doesn't matter how great you may be, Mezzy trying to put forth his best performance in the Vitality jersey. You will forever be in the shadow of the greatness that is Zywoo. Spinks here to close it. And that is the reality of playing versus Vitality. Every single time you were against the most consistent 4. With 1 and 2 locking horns. And with Vitality scaring Faze to their core after Inferno. That one wasn't even close. Not for more than what felt like 3 rounds did Faze even have a hand on this match. But they take it to Nuke. And I think just like the desk allude to, Frozen under a microscope for me. Immediately, they go into the ramp. And we get Zywoo taking a quick glance outer. All the greats love to play outside on Nuke. Zywoo, he goes down empty-handed. Welcome to the match, Rain. Welcome to Grand Finals Sunday. Mezzy has lurked this whole time. Back B site gets an easy pick-off. And he's got support not far away as well. Just staying alive here is excellent. The fact he drops a second player, even better. Frozen suddenly left alone with no bomb and plenty of time to try and get crazy.
Looking at a round like that is the perfect example of why we're seeing such better maps out of Mezzy. You know, he's never had a structure like this. He's never been comfortably in position at clock versus an exec that's coming to him with prophylaxis from the team where he's there early.
Hold on, dude. 2 are gushed.
He has to get the bomb. That's the one thing.
Downstairs with a low HP player sitting on it.
Oh,
ahead and
hold on. This is taking way too long.
Spinks. And the fact that he's also down to 20 HP, only 20 seconds on the clock. Frozen in black and red, looking for gold. Just barely enough time to make this possible. They layer on top of one another, which means he could still do this! Frozen! Oh my god!
How?
Strikes fear in the hearts of Vitality. One player.
He was slowing down the moments. He was one-tapping a lot of the frags. He was getting a high number of kills. So if it could happen again, it would happen on Nuke.
Rain looking to carve a path.
There he is.
He does it again consistently. These 5v4s. Really nothing matters other than where Spinks gets up to. Unless apparently Zywoo with a U. Whoa, hey! Settle down now. Mezzy to the moon. It was all about Spinks' solo M4, and he didn't even get a piece of the action. This was just a clean, easy upper take out of Faze. How is this USP doing all this damage?
It's just in the hands of the right man. The other cool thing for Faze here when we talk about Nuke is Frozen. The fact that, you know, he comes from Mouse, their best Nuke player. So they get to seal that away. Now, of course, Twist was one of the explosive players on the T side for Faze as well. It's just about Frozen being able to supplant that. Could he pass him is the question.
Zywoo is such a nuisance. Finally going down here, but that's still 2 USP kills. Spinks versus Rain. Hang on. All's good here for the one rifle of Vitality. UKCS out of nowhere. But
yeah, this is almost Operation Parasite, the way that they slowly weeded out the Danes.
Yeah, get him out. For now, though, very much Faze. Taking Vitality back to reality. Gonna get more pressure on the A floor. Zywoo and Mezzy are so ready to go.
Yeah. They've
Get
got
some
that
damage
baton
as
in
well.
hand.
That was well timed by Flamesy, softening up a player that is an unconfirmed drop to the lower site. There is nobody down there.
They aren't
None
ready.
at all for Vitality.
They don't know that he's crossed and the vent drop happens.
Wow.
Oh, and no punishment either.
Now it will happen, sure enough.
Okay.
Spinks not going to let Brokey get away. Zywoo remains posted, but again, nobody downstairs.
Oh my god, they successfully opened the door without anybody knowing. Now the push forward can cap it, but you hear the flicker of the scope, and the first kill comes down. Kerrigan,
Nice.
2 frags, and they can join hands now with Rops. He's inside of the ramp.
And the Rotator's going to have no idea.
He's lurking.
There's no idea for the ramp player. Apex is already dead. Only Flames to come out with more.
How did they pull that off? That's the best round so far called here from Kerrigan with his kills in the mix. This is the perfect balance between what we saw in Inferno and what we're getting now. They're getting the map control, they're getting the slate lurks, they're not overcommitting, and the players who are entering are still with the pack. And Kerrigan finds the perfect timing, and that was Brokey with an option, Rops with an option getting lower, and Kerrigan with an option. So multiple points at which if they failed, they'd still have a chance of playing. That's what you want to see out of Faze.
Rob's doing exactly what he does best, adding himself to the equation, but doing it silently with the element of surprise. It still banks on Kerrigan getting those 2 kills, though. Pressing into him. Mezzy and Zywoo.
But that's what happens.
To Faze's IGL.
You know, we can call it luck, but that's what happens when you create luck, when you put Brokey in a 5v4. We'll see if that's a mistake they can't afford. Oh, do they need to save him? That spread gets big sometimes.
He's okay. It fizzles out.
Oh, he can punish this now. Yeah.
Easy. Flash drops, but it's okay. He's able to exit. And I like that Mezzy gets aggressive as well. Off of the lobby frag, now they've got trophy control, so suddenly...
This is how they came back versus G2 as well. They continue to play aggressive even when they just made the comeback happen.
It's how they happened to take Na'Vi back on Inferno.
They always play like they're winning. Easy to do when you're the best.
Faze very clearly wary of the possibility here. Mezzy's about to have his hands full. Shadow advantage. He knows it's coming. He's on high alert, and he tries to take the peak, tries to take the initiative. But now they will flood into the waiting arms of Zywoo, who misses his shot off the flash.
Man,
and Rain simultaneously gets downstairs. I mean, he could post up on Vent, so it's going to have to be Apex. It has to be. His support far off. Frozen comes wide. Apex keeps all his health. Flames picks up the upper kill, and Brokey able to answer back in the bomb site. Rops plays on a classic position. Posted above on full display for any kind of a ramp retake. The CTs aren't coming in. No way! A shot through the doorway. Rops off the top rope. He knows their approach, but until they exit, he can hit them. Zywoo the first. Spinks, it's a beautiful split between the other two, and Vitality closed the gap.
It's perfect spacing and perfect pacing. That's a beautiful way to make sure they win that 3v1. Rops is on it today. And Zywoo hits that.
They still just keep buying, though. They've earned that at least.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Man.
you just said they play like they're winning.
The aggression is unbelievable here on all fronts.
Now, at least FaZe are already playing outside of lobby, so you'd think Rops will be just hyper cautious on the approach.
He's going to be extremely slow in this situation, and now that there's nades outside, there's so much information gained. I don't think they're expecting another push to come out, and we've got the full clear happening right now. This is so much for Vitality to work with.
How cautious can Rops truly be? As Rain tries to be his contrast.
Now, it can be a scorched earth strategy here outside as they give them space, knowing that they are missing some. There is no threat of an upper exec right now.
We've got Frozen just tucked behind Unbreakable. We got Rain on the golden gates of heaven.
Wow.
Nobody moving. Everybody has so many different positions, but nobody wants to make that final step.
This is an incredibly high-level position right now. The passive setup, but a lot of information gained. Who gets nervous first? This is a game of chess.
Raindrops make sound, and Mezzy's on high alert. Easy pickup for Mezzy from the corner. Frozen's up next, and he's got his name again. Now the threat of that A hit is real, but in reality, we've got bomb downstairs. And Spink still committed to inside of lobby. You've got Zywu in the back corner, peeking wide, swapping bodies as he does, one after another. And with Decon swung, now the T's know that there's two down here. Zywu's gonna try to close that distance into Brokey.
He's coming for it.
Battle of the Ops, he shuts the door in his face, holds the trigger, T's cannot get in. You are not allowed to cross this line. No time, no round, we're tied.
Oh my side is where he gets the highlights inside of ramp. So that's one position that'll be thoroughly strengthened here for FaZe Clan. As they attempt to make that CT side road back to a map 3.
Now let's see what Zywu can do. He's leading the charge into the ramp. We've got dual Berettas in the pocket. Brokey shuts him down, but then it gets away from him. He's got a teammate trying to help. Sure enough, tear him up.
Time for FaZe to show us what they're made of now. This round's to tie.
I feel like this is a half they should be confident in. Again, banking on the rock plays.
And Rain can definitely go from 0 to hero on CT side, but double swing from the pistols. He's dead.
Oh, careful.
Oh man, you're playing
very
fire.
Careful.
What?
Be careful.
Oh, Kerrigan, a taste of his own medicine. The trade back, but that's 2 players left, 1 spotted now.
They can't afford this.
Man.
It's got to be recovered by Robs.
Oh, they were both known inside of hell. Rob's down to 20 HP. They're going to need a savior, and Robs continues to be aggressive.
Brokey's going deep into the lobby to make sure that one's clear. Robs falls down beneath. It's Tech9s and Deagles out of Vitality. It was a chance for FaZe. They look so happy with that ramp hold.
Man, mistake outside. I mean, I want to say mistake outside. Mechanical failure outside from Rain. They need him to farm on CT side. He's going to be solo. He's a mercenary for their CT side. His individual level matters a ton, especially on Nuke. And that was 2 pistols to take him out, swinging through a smoke. It's going to happen. It just can't happen right now.
Brokey doesn't even have a chance to bring this one back. So just when you thought they're going to split pistols for momentum, CT side, Vitality answer quick.
Despite this, it would still be insane if Vitality were able to pull this out on T-side rounds.
Apex
on T-side rounds
frozen in the vents.
That's payback, honestly, for what Kerrigan was doing on Inferno.
Yeah, except for this payback comes at the perfect moment. I feel like this one hurts more. Down a map, up a pistol, only to have it taken away from you. And Brokey could very well die here. There's SMGs to lose if you're Vitality. Oh! And they don't even lose another piece. Brokey peeks into the stream of 9
MVPs for events they didn't even win. Being 1 away if he gets this one from Device in terms of MVPs in his career.
Born too late to surpass Simple. Pimp made it clear. Time was against Zywu in CSGO. CS2?
Yeah, his goal is no longer to be the best player in CSGO. That chapter is closed. That conversation is finished. His goal is to be the best Counter-Strike player of all time.
Right now, making it look easy. Frozen able to get downstairs. At the very least, you've got Zywu on 30 health. Make your life a little easier. Wound him early on the cross. But it is going to bank very much on Frozen doing something here. A jump spot to just get information. It would prioritize Robs coming down the ramp. Frozen sees 2, and he just wants to stay alive as he dive bombs the site itself. Double doors swung, and Zywu on the hunt for his support. When and where does it come from? All the while, Apex starts to take a glance up towards upper. Brokey's gonna be out in the open, but he has a teammate towards Hut and another one on main. It's Apex just playing with him a little bit. Flames has been bested on the 1 of 3 entries, and so suddenly this A site looks rock solid.
Okay, a full denial. No chance here for Zywu. That's it. This round's been stomped out. Every lurk stopped. It got a little bit fishy. A little bit scary there for FaZe. They didn't know exactly where everything was coming, but every single individual put up theirs. Rain with 2. Rain on 12 now.
That's what it's going to take. Every single one of the FaZe members to cool off Zywu. Now, he has support, and he has throughout the event, but he is still just above the else. Gave away the edge. Right back onto the rooftop is Flames, looking for revenge against Rain. was trying to puff his chest, but there is that challenge potentially for the Red Cross.
This is the perfect starting zone for a CT rifler that wants to have impact, but we have 3 crossed.
Unspotted.
Unspotted, and for now, unheard.
Or maybe they caught the tail end of it, because Robs is just running downstairs.
They just don't have full info on numbers, and Rain gets spotted.
He's pinned in.
This can reveal the setup.
Yeah, Rain has to burn utility just to get out here. And Flames can keep him preoccupied.
How much worse does this get? We've got one watching for a lobby default. Spinks.
Separate lurks.
Can you hide from him?
Frozen just gets back. All the while, Kerrigan, he's starting to take some room over towards Trophy, so it's a very proactive one here from Faze. Kerrigan comes into lobby and gets caught, though. Spinks with a great reposition, but that does allow for the double CT setup downstairs in sight. Robs using the silo as cover. Brokey, it's a one-and-done. Robs gets dinked and Zywood takes his head off. Plenty of time as well for this bomb to go down with a double-man advantage. Rain, does he try to press the issue? He had a chance if he wanted to with Zywood looking the other way, but it feels like far too much of a gamble with Vitality this close to tournament point. He doesn't want to take that risk, and it will cost them.
Oh, like he was on duty right there, but the cross happened. Nobody was back in hell. There was no Brokey holding it with an op. There was no info right there, and they got down lower. They maintained lurks. Spinks so crafty, changing it up with his lurks, and that's why he, for me, has been the lurker of the year.
Looking to shut it all down, too. Frozen's gun hits the ground.
For me, even over Robs this year, you know, a lot of the lurkers this year have made strides, massive strides. Blame F has made massive strides. Robs has become more than just a lurker. I thought Vitality are going to show us how far ahead they are of every other team. And when the game started, I was like, okay, Faze are bringing something a little bit different. Maybe things change, but no, it looks like it is that result. We've got 3 MP9s to defend the whole tournament.
That's all that's left. You know, nobody else even comes close. But in the biggest moment, Zywood yet again in the spotlight shines.
Wow, over 150 damage done right there with the MP9. That's not small. No kills, but that sets up the other smaller guns, right? That makes some of these one-shot kills for the shotgun on the map.
Yeah, that shotgun just sitting over towards the ramp and hoping they run into him. Not going to be the case. It's a great call for Vitality to just use the distance, use the gap, and honestly, keep abusing Rain. Slow series, and he loses his head to Flames. Zywood has an abundance of teammates nowadays to also bank on. Mezzy right behind him coming into the grand finals. Apex looking like he has just ran back years of lackluster fragging. And Apex has found a route into the A site just like that. 5v2. Because no matter how hard FaZe tried, and no matter how great they looked at the dawn of CS2, their challenger has stepped forth and stomped them out not once, but seemingly twice. The bane of Kerrigan's existence, as it felt like they were just gonna run away with CS2. Spinks on full HP, ready inside of main. There is not a damn thing that FaZe can do. Brokey with an auto shotty. It reeks of desperation and the greatness that Vitality bring to the server yet again.
They've done it. That's the World Final, the Fall Final, Gamers 8, Paris, and Rio, all in 1 year. Vitality with Apex and 3 different members, 3 different teams, have proved it over and over again.
Proving it this time as well without Zonic, right? Without the Danes, without some of the most decorated Astralis players of all time, because it felt like maybe that's what propped up Apex. It felt like he had shoulders to lean on, but this one's his. Upcoming fraggers, unproven entities, and a string of events to be proud of in 2023.
An unbelievably difficult last tournament of the year, and the world's number 1 and 2 going again at it in the grand finals.
What's wild, Mo, is that this is number 1 and 2, but the gap between them feels immense. We saw incredibly well-rounded Counter-Strike, perfectly polished. The Pearls of Abu Dhabi, FaZe Clan, they are indeed